in big trouble in Diagnosis Murder in half an hour. First on BBC1, Unwanted Revelations.
Just look at that.
What? What is it?
That woman. It's that druggy girl.
What druggy girl, Mum?
The one that lives in the hostel. That's when she's not living in the gutter. What does she want?
You mean Sadie?
She's always got to be the centre of things, that one.
She's not doing any harm, Mum.
She's attention-seeking, that's what she's doing.
Sadie's been coming up and down this street ever since she was a little girl. She's seen Daniel grow up just like everyone else.
It's not right.
What isn't?
This sort of thing. Started when Princess Diana died.
Not sure what you mean.
Folks grieving over people they've never known. I tell you, they've no right.
You're wrong, Mum. People love Dan.
We loved him.
They're just showing how they feel. You can't say that his friends and neighbours have no right.
I don't mean them. I mean them blasted news people. And that's Sadie.
Doesn't matter, Mum.
Look at her. She's already making trouble.
How can she be?
She just is trouble. Get that policeman to get her gone.
Oh, Mum.
Why don't you want rid of her?
She's an unhappy woman. She was such a sad, bedraggled little girl, do you remember?
Aye. She always needed a good wash.
I lost count of the number of times I wanted to bring her in and just give her a good meal.
You're too soft, you are. She's a druggie.
Not anymore. She's what they call clean now.
And pigs fly.
Mother, leave it. Not today. Today, let's just remember Daniel.
You're looking unusually solemn today, George.
Yeah, I've got a funeral. Young patient, Daniel Jones.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You know what I'd do with joyriders? I think it's really sad for his family.
Yes, it is, and for him.
You okay?
Yes, you know, it's just like Michelle says, it's just really sad. He was lovely. Just seems senseless.
Take care.
You up for making another night of it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, come on, it was great.
There's nothing great about losing loads of money, Jim.
Greg's not having any of it.
Any of what? Is this about that poker game?
This is man's talk.
Oh, charming.
He's afraid to take on the master again.
Beginner's luck, mate.
No such thing.
We'll see.
So go on, what happened?
I won.
Oh.
There was his hand, and you won't understand. It's quite complicated.
Hiya, could I just have an orange juice, please?
Thought you might be needing something stronger than that.
I do, but it's not the way to go.
Same for me. Best to keep a clear head, we're gonna need it.
Nick tells me he won last night.
Boasting, is he?
Well, yeah, why not? I mean, he beat you hands down. He did, didn't he?
Well, it's not quite like that.
Isn't it?
Poker, it's,
Complicated.
That's the word.
I don't see why I wasn't asked to play. Why wasn't I asked?
Well, you know when you watch an old Western film,
Yeah.
and in the saloon, the men play poker and the women look pretty?
Yeah, so?
Well, that's the way it is.
Oh, right. What's this?
Catherine, can't say how sorry I am.
Thank you, Doctor. Vultures.
Have you had to put up with much of this?
Just a bit. More than a bit.
It was because it was a police chase. They're trying to make some politics out of it.
Oh. They want their pound of flesh for my grandson's death.
Well, look, why don't we go into the church? They won't bother us in there.
Thank you for coming. Thanks.
We just want to grieve in peace.
Of course you do.
It's not fair. We don't want strangers. We really don't want her.
So you're having another match?
Tomorrow night, and he's not going to win this time.
And that's why you're practicing on a poker website?
Strategy.
Joe, Jimmy says I can't come to your poker match.
Well, it's not very interesting, I would have thought, watching us play.
Watching? Yeah, right, watching.
Come and look at this website, it's brilliant.
Can I just get...
Yep. Be my guest.
So how did Julia take it?
No, total denial.
That bad.
She wasn't having any of it, threw me out.
I don't suppose we can blame her when we can't offer any evidence.
Yeah, but she's a friend. I should be able to convince her.
Oh, you tried your best.
We must be able to piece it together. There's got to be something.
They've got it all sewn up.
It seems like it.
I mean, they can't be that clever not to leave any sort of trail. There's Mina in the photograph.
She's not going to make a statement.
But without her testimony, we don't have a case. Squires and Mio get away with murder, and they both go on making my life impossible.
Thank you for coming, Dr. Woodson. You come back to the house? Yes.
You make sure a certain someone knows she's not welcome.
Mum.
She never even knew Daniel. She was on the game. Coming here like this.
Mum, please.
Daniel never had anything to do with her. Thieving and shoplifting.
Mum, please, just get in the car. Dr. Woodson doesn't want to hear all of that.
Have it your own way.
You're right.
I'm sorry about my mother-in-law. She likes to gossip.
She's angry. It's understandable.
See you at the house. Yeah.
Do you know, whatever I might say about Ash's mum, she's a brilliant cook.
Why don't we play?
Play what?
Poker.
Oh, I can think of a dozen reasons.
Well, go on, then name two.
OK, well, one, I can't play.
And?
And two, they'll never let us play.
OK, well, that one's going to need sorting.
Michelle, what about the fact that I don't know one card from another?
We can get round that. It's not that hard.
Michelle, Taryn can beat me at Happy Families.
Shh. So, everything's sorted for the big rematch?
Well, not much sorting out to be done, really. Just a pack of cards and a few beers.
Really? Sounds like it needs a woman's touch.
Not something I can offer, I'm afraid.
But you wouldn't object, though, if women were there.
Well, no. The more the merrier.
I've got a plan.
Oh, no.
Trust me.
wish they'd all go.
Mum, shh.
Is there anything I can do?
Please don't be offended by Elsie.
I'm not.
She doesn't know how to cope. She doesn't mean any harm when she's grumpy. It's the only way she knows.
Can't I just leave Leatherbridge?
I can't work in a police department that's riddled with corruption.
We're in the middle of this. We can't give up.
No, we're at the end of it. They're dangerous, and I have a child, so have you.
Yeah, but...
They've already hit out at your family once. Are you going to wait for them to do it again?
Now remember, let me do the talking.
Why?
Because it was my idea.
Honestly, Michelle, you're just as competitive as they are.
Exactly. But the beauty is, they don't realise that. I'm our secret weapon.
You are going down in flames, my son.
In your dreams. You can play on the web as much as you like. Won't do you any good.
And why is that?
It hasn't got the same atmosphere as the real thing. No stress, tension, money. That sorts out the real men from the boys.
Won't be saying that this time tomorrow night. You'll be crying like a girl.
A cup of coffee, just what we came in for.
Coming right up.
We were speaking to Joe earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he said that you guys had no one to do food and stuff at your poker night.
He said that?
Said he could only do the cards and beer.
Which is a bit sad.
Well, that sounds okay to me.
No, well, we thought we could offer something much better.
Make it more of an event.
What? No, no way. It's a boys' night.
Joe said we can come.
Did he? What sort of an event?
Well, we provide the food. I could bring some of Ash's mum's stuff, you'll love it.
Yeah, and we can all dress up.
Dress up? What do you mean?
Well, you know, we'll put our glad rags on and you guys can wear your dinner jackets.
Black tie.
Sounds a bit over the top.
Like James Bond.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it would give it some atmosphere.
Yeah, like a real casino.
Right. I should ask Greg. This must be cheering him up.
Tried it, mate. He's not interested. And after the last time...
OK, so that's all sorted then, yeah? We'll do the refreshments and you guys can play your game, OK? OK. First hurdle over. We're in?
Yeah, maybe we are, but that doesn't change the fact that I can't play.
Ah, that's next on my list.
You've got a list?
Up here.
Have you ever thought of running for Prime Minister?
I used to see him in the garden when he were a little boy. Just look at the things they've written about him. Beautiful things.
Get out. Go on. Get out. You've no right to touch his things.
Mum!
Could you give us a minute, please? Sadie, do you remember me? I'm Dr. Woodson. We met a couple of times at the health centre. What's all this about?
Daniel. It shouldn't have ended like this.
What shouldn't? Sadie.
Thank you for coming, Sadie, but I think it'd be best if you left now.
I'm sorry, Elgo. I didn't mean to cause trouble.
Everyone's gone. Probably too embarrassed to stay. You should be calling the police.
No, please don't do that.
Why can't you leave us in peace? What do you want from us?
Nothing. I don't want nothing.
You're only here because you've got nothing better to do than grub around in other people's lives. Well, have you?
Daniel. He was adopted, wasn't he?
Catherine. Catherine.
I'm so sorry about this, Doctor. Must be very upsetting for you.
Why don't you come and sit down?
It was common knowledge that Daniel was adopted. I mean, he knew himself. So why did it shock me so much to hear it said out loud?
Because he's gone.
What do you know about Daniel's adoption?
I know he was abandoned. An abandoned baby less than a day old.
How can you know that?
No one's ever talked of that outside these four walls.
It were at St Phil's he were left there.
Sadie, how do you know that?
Because I left him there when I was just 13 years old.
So that's it? We give up and they win?
I can't see what else we can do.
Well, there is a chance.
What?
I could go over Leo's head.
Oh, you do that without evidence.
Well, why not? Give it a shot.
Look, I'm taking some outstanding leave while I wait for a transfer. I can't hang around the station feeling the way I do.
Well, that is it, then.
Look, Ronnie, we have to face it. They've won.
You won't be around, then?
This is probably goodbye.
I'd love to have nailed them. I hope everything works out for you.
You too.
She's lying. You know what she's like.
No, I'm not. Really, I'm not.
Everyone round here knew he was adopted. We told him even before he went to school.
But no one knew he was abandoned, Mum. Except us. It was true that he was left in a hospital car park. Close to the A&E department. John and I had been on the top of the adoption register for months waiting for a baby. And there was a story on the news. The day-old baby had been left at St Phil's. But we didn't think anything of it. We thought, like everybody else, that the mother would eventually come forward.
But she didn't.
A couple of months later, social services phoned. No one had come forward. And they were going to place the baby. Permanently. Would we take him?
Sadie, what makes you think that Daniel and the baby that you abandoned are one and the same? It's just it wouldn't have been public knowledge.
It were her.
That's a lie. I've never talked to you in my life.
You didn't have to. You spoke to everyone else. I heard one day, when he were about a year old, I heard her gossiping in the laundry.
What?
And after that, I started coming up and down the street trying to see him. Just to look. I never spoke to him. I just wanted to see him grow up.
No, do it more slowly. Diamonds and hearts are the red ones, and the others are clubs and...
Spades, Donna. Didn't you play cards as a kid?
Only snap. I was never that interested. What got you into it anyway?
My granddad. He taught me we used to play pontoon.
I think you'll find poker's much harder than pontoon.
Really? Granddad never said.
Well, I suppose it was just kid stuff.
Yeah, well, I was only 5.
Are you two still wanted to come tomorrow night?
Yeah, of course. Looking forward to it.
Well, don't you think you might be bored?
Why would we be bored?
Well, we players take ages just studying the cards. Might be like watching paint dry.
We don't mind that, do we, Donna?
No, looking forward to it.
Fine.
We players can take ages just studying the cards. It's only a flaming game. Right, now tell me again. Diamonds are black.
Red. They're red, Donna.
OK, they're red. What's pontoon?
Well, I'm not having any of it. You're not my Daniel's mother.
He had the same disease as my little brother. The one when they don't stop bleeding.
Haemophilia?
Yeah, that one. My little brother died when he were 4. He fell down the stairs and banged his head. My dad says there was nothing wrong with him, but there was. He was bleeding inside his head, and by the time my mum knew, it was too late. Now, Daniel did have that, didn't he?
Yeah, but it was in the newspaper that Daniel was a haemophiliac.
I read about it once. It runs in families. It does, doesn't it, Doctor?
Sometimes, yes. 2/3 of cases are hereditary, but sometimes people can be born with a condition with no family history.
We never knew which it was. because we never knew anything about Daniel's birth family.
So there you go. It proves nothing.
I'll go. I can get Sadie to leave if you want.
No. I need to know. All these years I've wondered where he came from, and I can't run away from this. Would you ask Sadie to come through, please?
Go on through, Mr. Granger.
I bet that's put a stop to you chasing girls.
It was cricket with his grandson, actually. Maybe next time I'll suggest he sticks to nice, safe pastimes like poker.
There's nothing safe about poker. It's a very dangerous game.
I'm looking forward to finding out.
What sort of good has you two got planned?
Indian food mainly. Is that okay?
Love it.
I'm gonna make some nice, fancy American cocktails.
Right up my street. Anything I can do to help?
No, it's sorted. But thanks.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, of course it is.
What did you wrap him in?
A cardigan. It was my mum's.
Can you tell me about it?
It was pink wool. And it had little flowers embroidered all around the neck. And there were a tear in one sleeve. That's from when my dad dragged her one time. He pulled it and the wool came undone.
You remember so much about it.
She wore it all the time. Smelled of her, lavender. After she died, I used to sleep with it because I could still smell her.
I remember your mother dying. He can have been no more than 10.
I wanted the baby to have it, the cardigan.
I don't know why you're so against them coming.
Well, you're against them coming.
Yeah, I was, but...
But what?
Well, it sounds okay. What a good plan.
Yeah, if it was a party, it was supposed to be a serious game of poker. They'll ruin it.
How are they going to do that?
They're women, they'll want to talk.
Thought I saw you coming here. So, everything's sorted?
It's turning into a farce.
He doesn't want any talking. Spoils the game.
We can talk, just not Donna and Michelle.
Well, it seems a bit harsh after they've gone to so much trouble.
I think you're going to have to let them talk a bit.
Great. Shoes and shopping it is, then.
I hope you're happy with all the upset you're causing.
I think Catherine needs to know.
She should leave the past where it belongs. We're Daniel's family.
Only John and I ever saw these things. Social services brought them round the day they brought Dan. John and I decided that they would be private. Sorry, Mum, but we decided to keep it to ourselves. It was one thing to know he was adopted, but another to know he'd been abandoned. He died not knowing.
Does it still smell of her?
Could you ask a doctor, please?
Sadie, who's Daniel's father, do you know?
My dad. It was my dad.
And you never told anyone?
He said he'd kill me. He would too, he'd kill me mum. Not all at once, but bit by bit. I didn't know I was gonna have a baby. I didn't get fat or anything. One day I just had terrible pains in my stomach, so I hid in the bathroom. He was downstairs. My dad, drunk on sofa. After the baby came, I didn't know what to do. love him. He reminded me of my little brother.
What did you do?
I wrapped him in my mum's cardigan and I took him to the hospital. And I watched until I saw a nurse find him. Then I knew he was safe. That's why I left him. Just to keep him safe.
He was well loved. Oh, yes. He was very special. I should have done something to help her.
You couldn't possibly have known.
No, not the worst of it. But everyone round here knew that her father was a violent drunk. We'd see her hungry and dirty. Up and down these streets in all weathers. She was pitiful.
She still is pitiful in some ways. She's a very damaged young woman.
Yes.
What are you going to do about her?
I'm going to do what Dan would have done. I'm going to look after his birth mother. Dan didn't have a bad bone in him. He wouldn't have turned his back on her, and neither will I.
She'll be a challenge.
Oh, yes. But a challenge that will see me through every day I have to face without my son.
What about Elsie?
I think she'll agree. Sadie put Daniel out of harm's way, and now it's her turn to be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Bye.
Do you want to phone him now? Oh, yeah.
Bye, you two.
Bye.
What are you two up to?
Nothing. Just checking on my granddad.
Phoning from my house, Michelle.
Okay.
You off to Dennis?
Yeah. Things to plan. Night.
They're up to something.
Yep. Up to what?
No idea.
There's a change in tonight's lineup here on BBC One. Match of the Day Live catches all the action in the Spurs-Chelsea quarter-final replay from 8 o'clock, which means EastEnders will now be shown on Tuesday. Next this afternoon, it's Diagnosis Murder. So the one to watch, Spurs and Chelsea face each other again.